just us then, Gus.
What are you expecting?
Yes,
A lynch party from HQ.
Bill Mason?
Brilliant.
That'll be the day.
Thank you.
Are you still here?
I was invited, remember?
Alright, so I get you off this, but you still want to join me on the coffee? Great. Hi, Cal. What's wrong? You okay?
Me okay?
Look, this is just a dressing down. Now, they don't know this yet, but I've old iron drawers eating out of my hand and I'll Frankie blubbing like a baby.
Hang on. Why's Chris Collins coming? He's not on the charge, is he?
No, but Mason agreed to this meeting, providing his crewmate is taken off the charge.
Still don't see why you want Collins.
I have my reasons.
And your defence?
Just leave that to Uncle Bill.
Morning each. Happy morning prayer.
You've got it.
Have I ever?
Will you mind? Okay, so we go in. I start looking a bit worried. You get the letter read out, we've got him on the run.
In theory.
This is just a fishing expedition. I know it, they know it.
You're right.
Hope you're still a little bruiser.
Dad was a boxer, my mother was an Alsatian.
It says here, Bill, you're a hero.
If you'd like to follow me in, please.
Why do I suddenly feel like I'm at the dentist?
Thanks for coming, Kel. It means a lot.
My dad would have wanted me to.
Your dad was a good man.
Hey. Watch your back in there, yeah?
May I first read out a letter of commendation from a Central Hospital casualty officer?
No, you may not.
Bill Mason joined the service 10th of April 1965. First posted to Isleworth, most recently Greenfields. He has been commended twice.
Can we just cut to the chase?
On the 12th of May 1973, Bill Mason responded to a Colred accident. A 14-year-old male was choking on a pen top. On arrival, he rendered first aid.
Ambulance aid.
Ambulance aid. However, in the course of assisting the patient, he was seen to remove a blade from his satchel and proceed to cut a hole in the boy's throat. This action is contrary to Standard Operating Procedures Manual, Section 22, Paragraph 11, Subparagraph 16. He is therefore charged with assaulting a patient with a dangerous instrument.
What's going on, Frank? The original charge was carrying out an unauthorised procedure.
Did you know anything about this?
The chief officer did a full review after personnel decided to pass the file to him.
And who gave it to personnel?
I'm not at liberty to say.
This should have been disclosed information.
All comments through your union rep, please, Bill.
Are you aware of the Good Samaritan law? No one can be prosecuted for rendering aid under good faith, no matter what the outcome.
As you pointed out, it was ambulance aid. Bill Mason was officially on duty. Now, Mr. Collins, can you please tell us what you remember of the incident?
I really don't think so. If it looks like a stitch-up and sounds like a stitch-up, guess what? I want time to discuss all this with the crew.
You've had your regulation 48 hours.
That was on the previous charge. This is a major new development.
Oh, spare me the melodrama. It's just a technical amendment. Mr. Collins.
Mr. Collins, you're not on any charge, and you don't have to say anything, but it could clarify what happened, and it may even help your colleague. You don't mind, do you?
We arrived to see a young male asphyxiating. We aspirated and used the AMU bag, but there were no life signs. Pupils were dilated. Checked for lung inflations. None found. The family explained he'd been chewing on a pen top, so Bill...
Go on.
He took out a knife and performed a field tracheotomy.
Would you like to repeat that?
It's an incision made in the windpipe that...
I know what a tracheotomy is, but what was Mr. Mason thinking of? Carrying out a surgical procedure.
But it was life or death.
I see. Thank you for the personal perspective. Let's hear from Mr. Mason now.
You all right, Bill?
Mr. Mason, if you're ready now.
Give the man a moment, please.
Fine. Let's chat with Mr. Collins in the meantime. I'd like to know, did you hold the patient's neck in place during this unorthodox treatment?
You don't have to answer that. You're not on any charge.
Mr. Collins.
Look. The lad was dying. Blue lips, bulging eyes. Nothing we did was working. Next stop, the morgue. And then I realised I had the know-how, the means to save him. I also reasoned that if I didn't act, I'd be committing a crime. It was a moral dilemma. So I performed an army-style trachea. Come on, I had him breathing again in 90 seconds.
You got all that? I think that constitutes a formal admission. Thank you very much, Mr. Mason. You've been most helpful. We'll be in touch. You're both dismissed.
You sit there in your overstarched shirts and your knife-edge creases. What do you know about saving a life?
Well, if we're getting personal, tell me, did this have anything to do with the loss of your son?
What?
His unfortunate motorbike accident?
How dare you bring my Luke into this, you evil bitch.
Back off, Bill!
Common knowledge that you arrived too late to save him.
Sally, I don't think
This wasn't about saving a life. This was all a big guilt trip, wasn't it? Such a shame, ending a glittering career like this. Goodbye, Mr. Mason.